welcome to another edition of What's the Story here on the People Chronicles. My name is Joe Painter, and I had to find out what's the story with the Reading Buccaneers. You know, you see and you hear from time to time, they won again, the Reading Buccaneers, champions again, and yet a lot of people maybe didn't even see them or go see them. So I had to find out more. Hi, Lou.
Hi, how you doing, Joe?
I am wonderful. Lou Tierno, you are with the Buccaneers. What's your title with the Buccaneers?
I am the director of the Reading Buccaneers.
How long have you been with the Buccaneers?
Well, I've been with the Buccaneers since 1985, so quite a while. I started in the brass line from 1985, and I marched up until the year 2000. But in the mid-90s, I started to do a little bit of double duty as an administrator with the Corps as well. And I became the assistant director in 1997 and stayed with the Corps up until 2011. Did some support staff stuff, lined fields, drove a truck.
But you're still playing this time?
No, I wasn't still playing.
When did you stop playing?
I stopped playing in 2000. That was the last year I marched, yeah. And now back as director.
Do you miss it?
Do I miss playing?
Marching,
oh,
yeah.
Yes, I do. In fact, we just had a rehearsal on Sunday, and I was telling the Corps how much, it's been such a long time since I marched. And just hearing and seeing what's going on there now, and the energy that's building, even at this early stage of the season, I said to them, really makes me want to march again.
I'm going to back you up a little bit, so
Sure.
bear with me, okay?
No problem.
Drum and Bugle Corps.
Yes.
I want to get a visual. What is a Drum and Bugle Corps? Is it like a marching band? Band front?
It is like a marching band. The difference is that in a Drum and Bugle Corps, there are no woodwind instruments, so remove the clarinets, remove the flutes, the piccolos, and replace them with additional brass instruments. So all you have is brass, percussion, and a color guard. And
So there's three sections.
There's three sections, yes.
Brass, percussion, color guard. You were brass.
I was brass when I marched, yes.
How do you get to be in this group?
Anybody is welcome to join. So our season starts at the last weekend in November. We have an open house. And
it starts at the end of the year?
Yes, last weekend in November is our open house. And that's when we invite basically anybody who's interested in finding out what the Reading Buccaneers are and what we do. We invite to our open house. They come in, they check it out, they get the idea of what we do and how we do it.
Did you need prior experience marching?
You do not need prior experience.
Really?
You don't. In fact, we've had players come through the Corps that didn't even have prior experience playing.
How can that be? And the reason I'm asking that is, no kidding, you guys are nationally known.
Yes.
Right here in Reading, the Reading Buccaneers, but you win and win and win time and time again. So I would have assumed that there's no way you could be a Buccaneer without having marched quite a bit in your life.
No, that's not the case. We've actually had people come in, and it's all about how bad you want it and how bad, how much you're willing to work, right? So it's like anything else. If you want a spot in a Drum and Bugle Corps, whether it's ours or anybody else's, really, it's all about how much work you're willing to put in and how much work you want to put in to become an adequate or better than adequate player so that you can get on the field and be part of it.
So we're talking about how much you want it. And isn't that true with anything?
Yes.
How bad do you want it? How much effort are you going to put into it? How much effort do the Buccaneers put into this when it comes to work and winning? Because you win year after year. What kind of work is involved?
It's a lot of work. So we this time of year, what we're doing is we're rehearsing it's almost like an every other weekend schedule, where the Corps will come in, like the first weekend of the month, they'll come in Saturday and Sunday, and we'll practice like 9 to 6 on Saturday, 9 to 4:15 or so on Sunday.
Where are you doing this?
Twin Valley High School in Elverson, PA. But as we get close to the summer, as we start to get into April and May, where the Corps they've already learned all their music. Mm-hmm. Now it's time to put the drill together with the music, so all the visuals have to come together.
So you're practicing indoors right now?
Right now we're indoors, but when we get to May, we're going to be outside.
How many fields do you use to practice?
3, usually.
So you break up all the different sections?
Right, so we'll have the brass on one field, percussion on another, color guard on another.
And at what point do you bring them all together?
Usually it's the last part of rehearsal on a Sunday. We'll have an ensemble rehearsal, which was where we bring all parts of the
So that
corps
happens
together.
every weekend,
Every-
not
oh,
like
yes,
well
every
into the
weekend.
season.
No, every
When does
weekend.
competition start?
Middle of June, and the competition season goes till Labor Day weekend. That's when we do our championship.
How often are competitions held in this area, in Reading?
We have 2 this year, actually.
And when are they?
So we're going to have a show in Downingtown, Pennsylvania on July 22nd. And we're going to have a show right here in Exeter on August 26th.
Is a show and a competition the same thing?
Yes.
How many bands will compete?
In the Downingtown show, I believe, which is the 22nd of July, we will have 5 competitive drum corps. And in Exeter, we're going to have 6.
As a director, what's
Yes.
the pressure? I mean, what do you go out and scout? Do you scout the other drum and bugle corps to know, what their routine is, what they're playing?
No, not really. We kind of just, our philosophy is we just worry about ourselves, and we try to control as much as we can, and whatever is in our control. And what the other drum corps are doing, what's going on out in the world, kind of is out of our control. So we let that kind of be that, and we just take care of ourselves.
That's very wise. And it
Thanks.
serves you very well.
It does.
So congratulations. You also are the winner this year of the Pagoda Award, the esteemed Pagoda Award offered by the Berks Arts Council.
We are. We're thrilled. We're very grateful to the Berks Arts Council to even count us worthy, really, of that
Oh my goodness.
amazing award. The first thing I did when we found out about the award was I went online and I looked at who the past recipients of the award were.
An esteemed company.
And when I saw the list, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to be on that list. And it's just amazing. I couldn't even believe it when I saw that list to think that we're going to be there. And I think it says a little bit about our stature in the community. And we definitely want to build on that. So.
It's nice when you win and win and win, and a lot of those accolades and the fame, if you will, that goes along with it is really coming from all over the nation. But yet when there's a large segment of the population that maybe don't get to travel and really, they know that name. The Reading Buccaneers, but what are they, and haven't had an opportunity to see you. It's nice for the community to say, you guys really rock. And you certainly do our community proud when you're out traveling. You represent very, very well. So we are lucky to have you in this community. And now you know something a little bit more about the Reading Buccaneers. Thank you so much, Lou, and continued success. Good luck and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Want to know more about who's doing what in Berks County? Check out the stories on thepeoplechronicles.com.
These community stories are made possible in part by BCTV, Susie Ray Design, Queen City Family Restaurant, Lamar Advertising, Heidelberg Family Restaurant, Reading Air, Lions and Hole, Peanut Bar, and Kutztown University.